What's happening, YouTube?
Yeah, they wanna know who's that girl.
Who's that girl? It's the She-Hulk attorney at law. I actually feel disappointed in myself for watching it, but curiosity got the better of me. My missus saw the trailer and she was like, "That looks crap. Don't want to watch that." And then I asked the little one not so long ago. Well, the not so little one. I said, "Well, your mum's out. Should we? Do you want to watch the first episode of She-Hulk with me?" She's like, "No, you're right." Went upstairs to her room and she's now sat playing on her phone. So I put it on anyway, a bit of time to waste. And I must say, I heard all these interviews and statements and stuff these people got at their early access about how good it is and how funny she is and blah blah blah. And basically, she is not funny. She isn't. I didn't find it endearing to me in any way. Uh, it was like some, I don't know, crazy, stupid teenage high school drama, but set on a beach. Like, like a some sort, I don't know, weird episode of Home and Away or something. I don't know. It was absolutely wow. I mean, talk about MacGuffins, you know, and this thing how like the men have to tell the women how good they are. I mean, within the first 10 minutes, we had a MacGuffin spacecraft that caused them to have the crash, and Bruce had the MacGuffin thing on his arm that means he can stay in human form. Though staying in human form, still, if he's under threat or whatever, or injured, the Hulk persona would still take over. I don't know. I just know in the first Avengers film, he said he put a gun in his mouth and fired the trigger, and the other guy spat the bullet out. So I don't see how he could have been in a car crash and cut himself and bled, and she cut herself and got some of his blood on her. That's how she accidentally gets infected. What a crock of shit. You know, we've seen the Hulk get hit with buildings and magical weapons and laser beams and you name it. He's had it pelted at him, like Thor's hammer. I always forget the name. Uranimir or whatever. Didn't even touch the sides. But somehow he's in a car crash, bleeds. Got the MacGuffin on his arm. Which is a bit confusing because later on, she has She can have one of these MacGuffins. And he says, "Oh no, that was a one-off thing that was just for me." And I presume it got damaged. So if it got damaged, it wouldn't have worked, and he wouldn't have bled, and wouldn't have accidentally infected her anyway. Uh, yeah. So Disney Marvel pulling one of them, like, complete and utter, like, didn't think about it, just watching consume and get to the next scene, like, and and She-Hulk, she's absolutely terrible. Like, she she might be a good actor. I haven't seen her in anything else. Like, and obviously she's just doing her job. But I didn't find her funny. I didn't find her attractive. I thought some of the stuff that come out of her mouth was really daft. You know, it just made no sense. Bruce is just on my previous video. I said, what is he nowadays? Professor Hulk, Big Bro Hulk. You know what? Cook Hulk. He's just turned into a complete and utter clown. Like, Clown Hulk, they might as well call him. You know. I said they shouldn't call these people critics. These shells or people get out to me. Oh, she was so funny. It was amazing. This is gonna. I was just watching you thinking, like, what was the point? Okay, it's the first episode, and straight away, she comes on and is this lawyer practicing, and then she says, "But let me tell you about what happened." So we go to them in the car, driving along, talking, and he has to explain about his MacGuffin on his arm, and then the MacGuffin spacecraft comes down, and they crash off the road, and and it's weird because she says to him at some point, um, what was that? And he says, "Oh, it was whatever alien race, probably try and get a message to him or something. I'll have to look that up, find out about that." And then that's it, not mentioned again. Weird. Why a spacecraft had come down and caused him to have an accident. If they were friends, surely they'd help him. And if they were enemies, surely they'd finish them off. They had the perfect chance because obviously Bruce was in his human can be killed with his MacGuffin on mode, and she hadn't accidentally been infected and turned into Mary Sue Holt yet. Like, and then just the rest of it was just like I don't know, it's like some sort of training montage that it would just, and he says, "Oh yes, your blood's much better than mine. I used yours to make me fix me. You're better, and you can remain as this. And yes, you are the mighty Hulk. You know, and I'm just useless tool Hulk now. Like, and then right at the end, because I was like, oh, for God's sake, I wish I hadn't started watching this, but it's not on that long, so I'm going to see it through, like. And then right at the end, she goes into the courtroom. Obviously, she says that, "Oh, and I've told my friends and my family, that about what's happened, but I'm just going to go back to being a normal attorney at law." And she's just about to give a closing argument, and the wall smashes in, and some woman wearing a right daft costume is there, and a friend, one of her legal colleagues or whatever, take your shoes off, put them down, do your thing, and she punches her into the wall or whatever, and it was, and another thing as well. I'm like, she's so strong. She's strong as well. She punched her that hard. Either her fist would go straight through her, like, or would what normally happens is the like the superheroes, they go flying through walls like they're made of paper, don't they? But no, she like bangs her really hard, knocks her flying. She hits the wall. She's on the floor, and then goes to put her shoes back on, and then two normal male security guards go to handcuff her, and I'm thinking, if that woman has just smashed through a wall and picked up a big desk and chucked it, obviously she's got powers, but obviously Mary Sue Holt, obviously knocked her out, put her on her ass with no problem, and then left the two human male guards to go and take her into custody. About a second thought. And then it ends. Who's that girl? I'm thinking, who's that girl that's just smashed through the wall and put on the floor? Like, yeah, that was terrible. Really, really terrible. I'm actually looking forward to see episode 2 now, to see if it really is as bad as what episode 1 is making it looking out to be. And with these people who've had their early access, seeing the first 4 episodes, that have praised the hell out of it, how funny she is, and how wrong they've been so far. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch episode 2 now, and if it's just more of the same absolute tripe, then these so-called critics won't call it out, or maybe it's something wrong with me and I need therapy, because that was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I'm sorry, there's nothing good I can say about it. And as well as She-Hulk, Mary Sue Hulk, is really, really bad. They've continued on the deconstruction of Professor Hulk, Bruce Hulk Banner, whatever the hell he is. I, I wasn't even sure if that was Mark Ruffalo playing him or playing his voice. It seemed like it didn't look the same or sound the same. It seemed like a right oddity thing. Yeah. Special effects were rubbish. The storyline was rubbish. Awful. Yeah. And I can really see, like, I haven't been on YouTube today to look at anything. I've been busy doing other things. But I bet when I do go on and I'll see some of my usual channels that are watching that, I bet they're all going to be slagging the hell out of it. Wow. Wow. That mad. All them articles. Oh, it's amazing. She's brilliant. She's so funny. So there must be something wrong with me. I don't know. If you've watched it, drop me a comment. Let me know. Is there something wrong with me? or is there something, wrong with this Mary Sue Hulk? Uh, anyway, people, thanks for listening. I'd appreciate gaining your subscription. Like if you're liking my commentary. And yeah, don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. You won't like watching my series. Anyway, people, have a good one.